Hey guys, just going to advertise this stove for sale. It is an old vintage Frigidaire. I'm guessing from like the 1950s vintage. I want to sell it. I want to sell it for $20 because it does need some work, but it does work. I gave a lot more than that for it. I've never tried this Cookmaster setting on here, but the clock does work, but you can't set it. You had to, without replacing or repairing the timer. I had never fooled with it. I've had the stove for maybe 8 or 9 months. The timer does work, and it works pretty well actually. Actually, I think I bought this knob used from the internet. That's why it looks a bit more cleaner than these two. It was clean when I first brought it in the house, but obviously with use it hasn't. I haven't tried this right here. The vintage fluorescent light that's up underneath here, it does not work. It will try to work, but it needs a ballast replaced. We circled all the off switches because sometimes we had problems telling if it was off. We have somebody in here that has bad eyesight, so we circled all these. Now this one's off because what happened was we had a short in this burner, and I never did really mess with it or look at it. But these burners are kind of different than regular burners. They just kind of flip up. So something inside of there shorted out. So we left the knob off, and I believe something inside of there has gone bad. These were had a radiant tube. The stove worked good. It took a bit longer than a regular stove to heat up sometimes. And they have this really neat feature so you can get up underneath there and change out the pan or see how these come out. This is a bit different than the newer ones. I haven't quite figured out how, if you need to do work underneath here, how to work on here, but with this burner, the way this is feeling, I'm willing to bet there's something just inside there that either needs cleaned or repaired, wiring or something. But yeah, they all work like that. So it's kind of an interesting feature. An old Frigidaire. It was made by General Motors, I think it was. Let me try to cover up that red light. So there we go. Yeah, made only by General Motors. We had this really shiny one when we first brought this in the house. Person we bought it from, I think he put some paint here and then he marked all these, labeled them. The oven did work. The only thing is we could never get the light to work. It's in the back there. It's a bit dirty, but it was about the same the way we got it. The only difference is that this was almost a brand new sheet of foil. So this switch, the oven light does not work either. So I never did figure it out, but I'm assuming it was either in a switch or maybe there's possibly a fuse somewhere. So anywho, if you're interested in vintage name tags, I don't know if there's something here that says RD, but I don't know if you can. It's not going to focus in on it. Come on. Anyways, this is RD-38-59, so I don't know if that 59 may or may not be the year, possibly 1959. But anyways, it says right here, it says General Motors Frigidaire, Dayton, Ohio, made in USA. So this was made in my neck of the woods, from Eaton, Ohio. This was made in Dayton, Ohio. So not a bad old stove, probably like a man cave stove, or if you like collecting vintage things. Back here is what is left of the paperwork to repair it, if you so choose to try to do some wiring or rewiring repairs to it. It is still here. I do have the original Frigidaire owner's manual that's going to go with it. I just have to locate it. I just don't know where it is exactly right now. Oh, and one other little thing. Just so you know, I was going to fix this thing up and keep it, but since that shorted out, I decided to get rid of it because I don't know how to really repair it. But it comes with these. I bought these off of eBay too, so I obviously was planning on keeping it and repairing it and restoring it. But here is one large pan that goes to one of these, and two or I'm sorry, 3 of the smaller ones. These are all going to go with it, because these old pans, they did need replaced, and I just never got around to replacing them. These right here will shine up almost where you can see a reflection out of them. They are stainless steel. Just takes some good old-fashioned elbow grease. So anyways, $20. I hate to recycle it. I will if I have to. And here's the extra knob that's going to go with it. Belongs right there, so you know I'm not fibbing or nothing. Anyways, that's it. I want to go ahead and list this for sale, and hopefully somebody will want it and appreciate it. And additionally, this light right here does turn on with the oven. There is no lights that come on with the burners. So you have 4 controls for each burner, and then you have just one for the oven. And if you're daring enough to try it, I think this is one of those type of ovens you could actually set to start and then stop at a certain time. But I would definitely not do that with not being in the house. It used to be common practice years ago to do that. So that's it. Chow they do right out.